Last week, I finally signed the divorce papers. However, on Friday, I saw my ex-wife's face on every TV channel. She died. The news said it was cancer, but I suddenly remembered something. She never told me about any diagnosis. Why did she hide her illness from me? I needed to go to the hospital immediately to find the truth. When I arrived at the reception desk, a nurse looked at me with sad eyes. "Are you the husband?" she asked quietly. I shook my head and said, I was the husband. She handed me a small white envelope. My hands were shaking as I opened it. "My name is Adrian. 3 months ago, my life was perfect. I was the CEO of a big company. I lived in a beautiful house with my wife, Elena. She was a kind woman. She always smiled, but for the last year, she looked very tired. She had lost a lot of weight. I thought she was just working too hard. One night, I came home late. I found Elena crying in the bedroom. What is wrong? I asked. She wiped her tears and said, Nothing, Adrian. I am just tired. But she was lying. I saw a bottle of pills in the trash can. I asked her about them, but she got angry. Stop asking me questions, she shouted. After that, we started to fight every day. She said I cared more about my work than her. She said I was never home. She was right, but I was too proud to say sorry. Then, one morning, she put the divorce papers on the table. Sign these, she said. Her voice was cold. I cannot live like this anymore. I was shocked. I asked her why. She just shook her head. You never really see me, Adrian. I was angry. I thought she was playing a game. I took the pen and signed my name. Fine, I said. Leave. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. She whispered, I am sorry, and walked out the door. I didn't know she was saying goodbye forever. I stood in the hospital lobby, holding the small envelope from the nurse. My hands were still shaking. I walked into a quiet room where a doctor was waiting. He was an old man with gray hair. He looked at me and sighed. You are Mr. Adrian, he asked. I nodded. I am Dr. Thorne. I treated Elena for the past 2 years. 2 years? I didn't understand. Treated her for what? I asked. The doctor looked confused. You did not know, he asked. She had stage 4 cancer. We tried surgery and treatment, but the cancer was too strong. I felt my legs go weak. I had to sit down. She never told me, I whispered. She told us not to tell you, the doctor said. She said you had a very stressful job. She said she did not want to be a burden. A burden? She was my wife. How could she think she was a burden? The doctor handed me a file. It was Elena's medical file. I opened it and saw the dates. The diagnosis was from 2 years ago. That was when she started to get tired. That was when the fights started. She wasn't angry at me. She was scared. She was hiding her pain to protect me. I felt like a monster. I had yelled at her while she was dying. I opened the white envelope the nurse gave me. Inside was a letter from Elena. The paper was old and wrinkled, like she had held it many times. "Dear Adrian," she wrote. "If you are reading this, I am gone. I am sorry for the fights. I am sorry I asked for a divorce. But I had to make you let me go. I didn't want you to watch me die. I wanted you to remember me as the woman you married, not the sick woman in the hospital." My eyes were full of tears. I kept reading. "I used the money from our savings to pay for my treatment, so you wouldn't see the bills. The rest of the money is in a secret account for you. The password is our wedding date." I remembered the password. It was the happiest day of my life. She was thinking of me until the very end. I looked at the doctor. "Where is she now?" I asked. "Her body is in the morgue," he said. "She died in the ICU yesterday. She was asking for you." I ran out of the room. I ran down the long white hallways of the hospital. I didn't care who was watching. I had to see her one last time. But when I reached the room, the door was closed. A nurse stopped me. "I'm sorry, sir," she said. "You are too late." I stood outside the door. I pressed my back against the cold wall and slid down to the floor. I was too late. I missed the chance to say sorry. I missed the chance to tell her I loved her one more time. I went home and found the secret bank account. There was a lot of money inside. She had saved it all for me. Under the account information, I found another note. It said, "Live a happy life, my love. That is all I ever wanted for you." I cried for hours. I finally understood everything. She pushed me away because she loved me. She fought with me so I wouldn't feel guilty when she was gone. She sacrificed her last days to protect my feelings. The lesson I learned is very important. We should never wait to tell people how we feel. We should listen to the people we love. Sometimes, the person who seems angry or cold is actually hiding a deep pain. I lost my wife, but I will never forget her sacrifice. I promised to live the way she wanted me to, happy and free of regret.